Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I want to talk about growth and self-awareness, why we need it, why it helps us achieve our goals, have more fulfilling relationships, and ultimately how it can help us live a more healthy and balanced lifestyle. Before we get into the video, I just wanted to welcome those who are new. Welcome to our family, welcome to our community. If you don't know who I am, my name is Bridget and I am a parent and mindset coach. If you have not already subscribed, please go ahead and do so. I post videos every single Friday. I also have a free Facebook group for parents called Raising Me While Raising You, and we talk about everything mental health related there. Anxiety, stress, mindset, motivation, inspiration, all that good stuff. So I'm going to leave the link in the description below, and I hope to see you guys there. With that being said, let's get into the video. For those of you who have watched my videos before, you'll know that I typically like to go super in depth on a particular topic, but today I just want to talk about growth. And I know growth can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Where I want to start is my journey with growth. Growing up, I was raised by a mother who instilled some beliefs in me. I've talked about how I became a people pleaser because nothing was ever good enough for her, and she had this outlook on life that really pressured me to believe that no matter what I did, it just wasn't enough. No matter how much I did, I couldn't please her enough. And I took that along with me in my other relationships as well. I overdid it, I overcommitted, I overthought. And although you might think this could be a good thing, when you think about relationship and giving everything you have into it, that seems like a good thing, right? But when you have many relationships and you try to give all of yourself to all of the relationships, you can't do it all. And those relationships fall apart, and it makes you fall apart. So people pleasing, yes, people pleasing was a big one for me. But also my confidence. My confidence, even from a young girl, was never good for me. It wasn't sustainable, let's put it that way. And I still struggle with confidence issues even today, but my confidence now is nothing like it was when I was that little girl, even when I was in high school and college. And I've talked about my weight loss journey on here. I've talked about my selective mutism story on here, so I'm not going to bore you with all that. You can go ahead and watch those videos on those topics, but I was raised by a mother who thought that her appearance was very important. And I know, doing all of the growth that I've done, I know now that that's where those confidence issues stem from. And so I think it's really important for parents to be on a continuous state of growth. When you're a parent, it's really easy to think about your kids' growth. They're vulnerable when they're babies, in preschool, elementary school, even high school, college even. But if you think about it, every single one of us is vulnerable. I thought at some point I would reach this stage in my life that I would be an adult. I would be fully grown. I would know how to make all the right decisions, and I wouldn't really have that many problems. I thought for a long time that one day I would just wake up and I would understand it. I would understand myself and I would understand the world. But as I'm getting older, I'm realizing I don't think I will ever reach that point. And maybe you can even relate to this. Maybe you're in your 40s or your 30s and you still haven't reached that point. And that's totally fine. It's normal, in fact. We are all on a continuous stage of growth, and that growth does not stop when you have a child. It can't stop when you have a child. But in order to grow and reach that, we need motivation. We need to want to grow. If we don't have that feeling inside us saying, maybe I do need to make some changes, maybe I do need to change my perception, look at life differently, look at people differently, look at myself differently even, we need to want it. The desire to want to change is our motivation. But that motivation takes discomfort. And no one likes to sit with discomfort. But discomfort is necessary for growth. It is that initial temporary period of discomfort that allows us to grow and change and see things differently. If we want to achieve something that we've never had, maybe it's a more positive outlook, maybe it's physical, like a career change or a fitness goal. So whatever it is that you want, in order to achieve that new thing, you have to do something you've never done before. And doing new things is often uncomfortable. For me, when I was younger, and I think I briefly touched on this last week, with my whole journey with social anxiety, the only way I really made a difference was doing little things every single day to make myself more uncomfortable. And I still do these things. I'm in a mindset where I will now take, at least with some areas of my life, that's not to say that there are, dozens of areas of my life that I need to work on. I'm always on a journey of working on different things. But with certain areas of my life, I'm now in a place where I will take every single opportunity I can to be uncomfortable because I want to grow in that area. After motivation, we need discipline, because once we reach that period of discomfort and we do it and we say, yes, it's done, and yes, I feel good about it, I'm feeling really happy and accomplished and all these things, we need the discipline to keep that momentum going, because without that momentum, we will again stay stagnant. And once we have the discipline and we feel good about that discipline, we keep doing these things, whether it's making yourself more disciplined in terms of that fitness goal, or making yourself more disciplined when it comes to, making a career change, whether it's trying to get a promotion, or maybe you're starting your own business, or, you're changing jobs, whatever it is. And once we have that discipline, these acts become habitual. And they just become a part of you. And now you're at this point where a part of your identity has become about growing and learning as a person. And that's when you've ultimately reached that growth mindset that I've talked about on this channel. When you believe that your skills, your abilities, intellectual, emotional, everything can be developed or changed. If you believe you have the ability to reach that goal, then you can reach that goal. But if you don't believe you have the ability to reach a goal, you will never reach that goal, because you don't think you have the ability, you're not going to try. You're not going to make yourself uncomfortable. And you'll stay stuck over and over and over again. And there were times in my life where I believed that I would never get to that point. And that was when I was stagnant. I would be stagnant for a year, 2 years, 10 years, whatever the case was. But then something pushes you to make that change, to get out of the pain of whatever it is you're having. Maybe you're a really anxious person. Maybe you struggle with anxiety or other mental health concerns. When it becomes painful enough for you, you make a change. Maybe it's going to therapy, or maybe it's getting support, maybe it's asking for help. Whatever it is, it was pain that caused you to make that change. That is one way you'll make a change. For me, it wasn't necessarily pain, but it was a feeling of, if I remained this way for a year or 5 years, what would my life look like? Maybe it's not painful for me now, but I know in 5 years, if I was still this way, it would be painful. And I would not want to live that way. I'm talking about my social anxiety, by the way. So with social anxiety, that was a big one for me. With my weight loss, that was a big one for me. With my depression and anxiety, that was big for me. It was all about changing my perspective and learning to sit with discomfort, because I wasn't going to allow myself to experience these pains any longer. And all of these things happen at different stages of my life. And because they were all at different stages, and I knew that at each step of the way where I was achieving those goals and overcoming my fears, I knew I was on a path to growth. And because I saw all of those mini goals achieved, I knew that I could use this skill that I've adapted in other areas. And so I'm trying it in other areas of my life, and it seems to be working. So I wanted to share this video with you guys because I'm going to mention my Facebook group here again. But there are a lot of moms in this group who experience the same things, like anxiety and stress and guilt and emotional management and just a lot of different things related to mental health that they're trying to work on because they know that it's going to have an impact on their kids. And I can tell you firsthand, after living with my mother for so many years, that it does. Your emotional health as a parent does affect your child. I'm not here to embarrass you or berate you or knock you down, because I too have experienced those things, and I know that being more growth oriented and learning about myself, acknowledging my flaws and trying to be a better version of myself, that it helped me. And so that's why I want to share it with you guys. And so just to wrap up this video, I hope that some of these tools work for you. Leave me some comments in the comments below. Talk about this help. Talk about something you're working on right now. I'd love to hear from you and know more. Before I end today's video, I just wanted to announce that spots for my free consult have opened up. So if you'd like to sign up, I'm going to leave a link below. And this is for any parent who is on their growth journey, who is trying to reach major goals, feel more confident, and connect more with their kids. So if this sounds like you, I'm going to, again, leave that link below and hope to see you. You can chat with me, you can talk about your issues, talk about how I can help, and see if we're a good fit to work together. So again, that's in the comments below. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope it was helpful and useful as always, and I will see you guys next time.